All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking about real music in real time for real people just like you and just like me. Well, the Eagles are about to embark on their Hotel California tour again. This would be a perfect opportunity to reunite with the guy who wrote all of the music for the song Hotel California, which is the band's most famous, most iconic song. Some would argue things like Take It Easy or Desperado, but clearly Hotel California has just a slight edge. Thanks to that music, both Glenn Frey, the late Glenn Frey, and Don Henley wrote some very appropriate lyrics documenting sort of the dark underbelly of the American dream and so forth during this album. But they also had plenty of inspiration from Joe Walsh and Randy Meisner. And yes, Don Felder, who also wrote all of the music for the song Victim of Love. Felder, who was kicked out of the band about 20 years ago, is still out there and still would love to play music with his former bandmates. Well, I think it would be a really good time based on the fact that who knows how much longer this can go on. Everybody's getting a bit long in the tooth. They've got two dates at Madison Square Garden. They've got a date up at the TD Garden in Boston and the Capital One Arena in DC. I'm thinking, as much as people chant the name of Stuart Smith, that's according to Don Henley, I think they would chant Don Felder's name a bit louder. This is obviously all up to Don Henley, but imagine Irving Azoff hearing the news that Felder has been welcomed back to the Eagles. And I'm thinking Felder might even take a little bit of a pay cut. He may do a Timothy B. Schmidt to get back into the Eagles, or a Vince Gill. By the way, if Felder joins, you probably don't need Vince Gill in the group. Vince Gill will sing Take It to the Limit, or somebody else can sing it. I don't know who. I'm thinking maybe Timothy B. Schmidt, since his voice is probably the same as Gill's and he's in the group. And I think people respect Tim Schmidt being in the group. It's not that I don't like Vince Gill. It's that I just don't think you need more repetition. You've got Deacon Fry, who could probably sing a few more of the Glenn Frey tunes, including New Kid in Town, which shouldn't be sung by Vince Gill. Anyway, getting back to the Felder situation, I mean, why not, right? Why not? I mean, if you're going to charge so much money for these tickets, you might as well give the fans a bit more incentive. Of course, if you have an American Express card, you have access to a special pre-sale, which starts on June 14th. Here's my thing, right? At some point, you need to just let bygones be bygones. Felder, told his story in the book. Nobody is going to remember this situation other than Henley and Fry being difficult to work with, being shrewd businessmen, and thinking that they were the show. Some would argue that they are the show. But in this case, whether you think Don Felder got lucky or not, he composed some very interesting and iconic music. And having Felder back up on stage with Joe Walsh doing their famous guitar duel at the end of Hotel California would be far more inspiring than seeing Stuart Smith up there, who, again, according to Don Felder, his name gets chanted by fans. I haven't seen any footage of that. Maybe if they record a live album, they ought to make sure they get the fans chanting Stuart, Stuart, Stuart. There's also like a huge choir that's going to be a part of this, a 22-person choir. So they're pulling out all the stops. It's already a very, expensive endeavor. Why not just bring Don Felder back? I'm thinking he might just do it, not even for the money at this point. He would just do it for the excitement and for the love of music, for crying out loud. I think Don Felder is that kind of guy, but who knows? I don't think this is going to happen. Don Henley is very stubborn, and Felder did write that book, and apparently he and Joe Walsh haven't even spoken since they told Felder to sign the contract, which is just ridiculous. At this point, everybody needs to bury the hatchet and just go out there and do it for the fans, because I think this might be it for the Eagles. I don't know how much longer they can do this, although you say that in 2018 and here they are in 2021 and they're still out there doing this, and that's without Glenn Frey. So in any event, that's my story on this. That's my opinion. You may have a different opinion. That's fine. But nobody truly has replaced Don Felder in this group. No matter what Don Henley thinks, Don Felder is the best guitarist they've ever had, followed closely by Joe Walsh and Bernie Leadon for that matter. But Felder, there's a reason why they wanted Felder in the band, and they were correct. Now they should bring him back to the band and bring things full circle. All right, I'm done with this very lengthy video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you smash that bell if you want notifications on new videos. Thanks to all the new subscribers and new patrons. I need patrons, so if you can do $1 a month, it'd be great. We can have conversations over on Patreon. I'm in the middle of a couple of them right now. So if you're waiting, I'll be there shortly. And I will see everybody else soon.